Good morning.
I prefer to wake up to the sounds of birds chirping. So, Blue Jays is okay, although they get annoying real quick in a hurry fast. Cardinals is nice. Goldfinch is pleasant.
So, tell me, is it getting cold up there in Bootstuck?
Ready for winter. We got the buckets out, ready to count the snow. Yeah. Whoop. Dave's going to go put out the Christmas lights tonight. Dave's wrapped up tightening the ball with a bunch of knots. So we figured we'll put out a display that looks like rocks, so we don't really have to untangle them so much. Whoop.
This Christmas lights. So you celebrate Christmas in Bootstuck?
Oh, we celebrate everything, but, we had a little runway going of flares. Make a little runway, run up and down, woo, like if you get it wrong, then you got to roll around in the snow without your dinky-dinky, get all cold, and then you can put your pants back on.
Hinky-dinky?
Your dinky-dinky, whoop.
You mean your doodle?
Some people doodle on a paper, some people doodle in a notebook. If you doodle electronically, you can have a sketch and etch.
Sketch? You mean an etch-a-sketch?
What's that? Whoop.
I see. So what do you do to stay warm up in Bootstuck?
Whoop, cuddle. Mostly cuddling. Aunt Rita comes around in December, spends a month, tucks everybody underneath of her, and keeps quite warm.
She comes to Bootstuck to warm people up?
Yep. Whoop.
Walk me through this. So she's not there any other time of year. She's just there in the winter to keep everybody warm?
I don't understand. Anywho, Rita, and then she comes and meets you. So that's what happens there.
I'm struggling with this. So she's not there in the summer?
Oh, no. Probably I think she'd go to somewhere far because they have a tavern there.
Somewhere far?
That's right.
Is that a place?
Yep, they got a couple places inside somewhere far. There's a tavern, they got a church, they got a fire hall. It's actually between the church and the tavern. It's just a hallway.
Okay, and Rita shows up when it starts getting cold?
December's coming up soon, Probably be here in a couple of days. So we're going to put out a rug.
And then what happens when Rita comes to town?
She just sits down on the carpet there. And then you sit beside her, and she just tucks you underneath. We do that, and we also sing a song sometimes.
Is she a big girl? Like, is that the thing? Is she big?
Oh, yeah. She wears pants that are probably too small, but she's a nice lady. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So why don't you use fire to keep warm?
Oh, we could do that.
You mean you haven't been?
What for? Why would you go and then burn perfectly good wood? You ever see a wood stack pile?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. People will take a lot of pride in that. We got Caleb out there in the back. He's new. Make a nice stack. Take a lot of pride in that.
So you cut down wood.
Cut down the wood if you could. Cut down the wood. Well, you don't. Caleb does all the wood cutting.
And then you stack it.
Yep. Nice and neat, not too slanty.
So now, and bear with me here. Caleb.
Well, you got a bear with you? That's one thing we get scared about up in Bootstuck is them bears come around sometimes looking for scrips and scraps.
Uh-huh.
Cut down the wood if you could.
Getting back to the wood for a second. Caleb,
I got one for you. Just like that. Hold on. If you would. Okay, go ahead. Your turn.
So Caleb cuts down the wood. He stacks the wood. And then what happens to the wood?
Well, you're asking about it, I'll tell you about it. Don't mean to get upset with you. So, 43 feet wide, 16 feet high, all wood. Can't go burning. He done such a good darn job stacking it up like so.
And he does this every year?
Every day.
Every day?
Yeah, every day.
Every day. You do realize that you can burn that wood and keep warm without having to hire Rita for 30 days in December.
Oh. Wood if you could. Cut down the wood.
Is there a possibility that Rita is just a hooker?
Nope. Yeah, she fishes quite a lot, actually. She ties up in a nice little rig, makes her own flies.
I see. But Bootstuck is a very interesting place. I really am going to have to come up there.
We got a photo book coming out. It's going to be put in the Kohl's bookstore. I think it's the one that burnt down. Not sure.
Kohl's?
What's that? Yeah.
Kohl's, the store that burnt down. Oh.
It's got photographs. No bar graphs or what's the one that looks like a pie called?
Pie graphs?
No, none of them either. Are you trying to confuse me?
I think it's fair to say that I am the confused party in this conversation.
Who am I then? What's going on here?